Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video I'd like to speak with you about the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, otherwise known as the SPR. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased out owner-operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, otherwise known as the SPR. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because it's been all over the news that over 5 million barrels of crude oil were recently released last month in June that went to Europe and Asia. Well, 5 million barrels certainly sounds like a lot, and it is a lot of crude oil, especially when you have, sky-high gas and diesel prices out in the market for your daily, consumers, as well as, of course, truck drivers. Now, what's really important, I think, is to understand what is the capacity? Where do we stand? How much do we have? How much are we exporting? And I think then we're in a better position to, decide whether something is good or bad versus, following the headlines in the news that are ultimately simply inflammatory. Guys, there's a total capacity of 727 million barrels of crude oil in the SPR, and currently we're at 714. That's the current storage capacity. So, I'm assuming because of maintenance or whatnot, that capacity has been lowered. It has fluctuated over the years. Currently, we have 492 million barrels of crude oil as of July 1st of this year. And I got this information right from energy.gov. You can actually download the sheet. I'll link it in the description box below. You guys can click that. It goes to a little JPEG that you might be interested in. This 492 million barrels of oil breaks down into sweet and sour. And those of you who know the difference, please, comment in the section below, kind of educate the rest of us who don't know. But there's 232.2 million barrels of sweet crude, as well as 258.8 million barrels of sour crude, totaling 492 million barrels of crude. Now, that's the total as of July 1st of what we have in reserve right now. Now, what's important to note here is that as of January of this year to now, July, so we're, 7 months into the year, we have actually released over 100 million barrels of crude since that time. So we're talking a major drawdown, 100 million barrels that we've sent out throughout this year alone. Now, it takes 13 days from the time that the president issues the orders to release the oil for that oil to hit our U.S. market. So there is generally a delay from the time the oil, and then plus, the oil has to be refined further into gasoline or diesel, and that also takes more time. So when we do have these releases, don't expect to see major price differences or declines in gas and diesel prices. Now, on your screen, you're going to see a graphic that I created, which basically shows in a visual format the amount of crude oil that we have released from the SPR from January to July. And what you see is a red trend line there showing that basically it's just on a continual increase. Now, the more scary image is the one you're seeing now, which is actually, I removed July out of there because the month just barely started. And we just went from January to June. Look at the angle of that red trend line. I think that's probably where our gas prices and our diesel prices are likely to be heading. Now, guys, we have released over 5 million barrels that went to Europe and Asia last month, and it's probably not the last time that we're going to do that. The problem is, I have no issues about sending and helping people. I really don't have any issues with that. The issue I have is that the U.S. crude inventories levels are at the lowest since 2004, lowest level, and as of June of this year, as of last month, the U.S. SPR, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, is at its lowest point since 1986. And that's kind of where I start to question whether or not some of these moves are the right moves to be made at a time when gas and diesel prices are, setting all-time highs from month to month to month. Now, we are going to be releasing about 1 million barrels of crude per day that will be released through October to help alleviate, the pain at the pump, if you will. And to help complete the picture, I think it's really important to understand that the U.S. Gulf Coast refineries have been operating at 97.9% utilization for the past 3.5 years, all while we're promising to release 1 million barrels of crude oil every single day all the way through October of this year, 2022. So, guys, really hoping that our administration knows exactly what they're doing, and hopefully this is all going to, bounce back, and gas and diesel prices can go down, freight rates can come back up, and trucking can become profitable once again. For now, I'll switch over to camera. We'll look over the loads that we booked for our customers. If you haven't liked the video, please smash that like button for us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Now, this week is Reefer Club, if you will. Now, the majority of the loads are going to be refrigerated. The trailers are all refrigerated. There might be some dry loads sprinkled here and there, but the bottom line is that this week, it's the Reefer guys who took the cake. I'm going to start off with a reefer out of Canton, Ohio with a 1-pick-3 dropper. First drop in Rock, Arkansas, and then 2 more drops in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's a 43,000 pound load of milk. Running 32 degrees on a reefer, 664 miles, booked at $2,200, got them $331 per mile. Then Russellville, Arkansas, going out to Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. It's a 41,000 pound load of frozen turkeys, running -10 on a reefer, 1,082 miles, booked at $4,200, got them a respectable $388 per mile. Then Palmyra, Pennsylvania, 1-pick-1 drop to McKees Rock, Pennsylvania. It's a 16,000 pound load of refrigerated goods, running 55 on a reefer, 215 miles, booked at $1,100, got them $512 a mile. And they finished off with Charleroi, never can say that one right, Pennsylvania, going to Macon, Georgia. It's a 40,000 pound load of frozen food, -10 on a reefer, 711 miles, booked at $1,900, got them $267 per mile. These guys did an excellent job, all solo runs. Reefer ran Sunday to Sunday, grossed $9,400 for the week, ran 2,672 loaded miles at an average of 352 per loaded mile average. Excellent, excellent job. Next, we got another reefer out of Islandton, South Carolina, going to Salisbury, North Carolina. This is a 43,000 pound load of general goods, 55 degrees on the reefer, 229 miles, booked at $1,400, got them $611 per mile. Then Charlotte, North Carolina to Missouri City, Texas. It's a load of shortening. Don't know the weight on this one, but I do know it ran 70 degrees on a reefer, 1,058 miles, booked at $3,200, got them $302 a mile and a lot of miles. Then Houston, Texas to Little Rock, Arkansas. It's a 40,000 load of beer. 434 miles, booked at $1,400, got them $323 a mile. And finally, with Hot Springs Village in Arkansas, going to Richburg, South Carolina. It's a 41,000 pound load of consumer goods and appliances. 812 miles, booked at $3,000, got them $369 a mile on this obviously dry load. That was it for them. This is again a solo running Sunday to Sunday, ended up grossing $9,000 on the dot for the week, ran 2,533 loaded miles at an average of 355 per loaded mile average. Next, we have another reefer, Surprise. This one's a little bit different. These guys ran, or this driver ran more of the longer runs. I want to give you this as an example. Took a 1-pick-3 dropper out of Yuma, Arizona, with drops in Shelbyville, Indiana, Gas City, Indiana, Van Buren Township, Michigan, and that will be it. Now, this is a 40,000 pound load of groceries, running 33 degrees on a reefer, 2,187 miles, booked at $7,100. Way to go. Ton of miles. That's $325 per mile. Excellent job. Then out of Romulus, Michigan, going to St. Louis, Missouri. It's a 37,000 pound load of tomatoes. It's running at 50 degrees on a reefer, 519 miles, booked at $1,725. Got them $332 a mile on that one. And that was it. They ran Friday to Friday, solo reefer, $8,825 in gross for the week. Ran 2,706 loaded miles at an average of $326 per mile. Excellent job. not very, not super heavy, not too intense on the reefer, lots of money on lots of miles, an excellent job. This is the way we like to run it. Next, reefer coming out of Fairfield, North Carolina, going to Marion, New York. It's a 40,000 pound load of palletized potatoes running 42 degrees on the reefer. 669 miles booked at $3,200, got them $478 a mile. Then Batavia, New York, going to McLeany, Florida. It's a 41,000 pound load of food and beverages running 33 to 40 degrees on a reefer. It's 1,093 miles booked at $2,900, got them $265 a mile. And took a load out of Alma, Georgia, deadheaded out there. It's a multi-dropper, one pick, 4 drops, going to Black Mountain, North Carolina, Pineville, North Carolina, Mabane, North Carolina, and a final in Battlesboro, North Carolina. It's a blueberries load, only 18,000 pounds on the weight, 33 degrees on a reefer, 702 miles booked at $2,200, got them $313 a mile, got them out of Florida, out to North Carolina. This is a solo reefer running Friday to Friday, grossed $8,300 for the week, ran 2,464 loaded miles at an average of 337 per loaded mile average. Next, we have a reefer out of Fort Worth, Texas, going to Robert, Louisiana. It's a 35,000 pound load of FAK, freight of all kinds, 501 miles booked at $1,500, got them $299 per mile, right there on a $3 mark. Then West Point, Mississippi to Harrington, Delaware was a load that unfortunately ended up as a TONU, truck order not used. We collected $150 in that one and picked up a load out of Carthage, Mississippi, going to Ponca City, Oklahoma. It's a 40,000 pound load of frozen foods running negative 10 degrees on a reefer, 636 miles booked at $1,750, got them $275 a mile. They finished off out of Salina, Kansas, going to Rocky Hill, Connecticut. It's a 33,000 pound load of frozen food, just like the last one, also negative 10 on a reefer, except lighter load, 1,490 miles, considerable amount of miles at $5,000, got them $336 a mile on a lots and lots of miles. So excellent job there. And we're going to finish off with Morehead City, North Carolina, reefer going to Lawton, Oklahoma. It's a 40,000 pound load of FAK running 35 degrees on a reefer, 1,438 miles booked at $4,400, got them $306 a mile. Then Pauls Valley, Oklahoma to West Monroe, Louisiana. It's a 25,000 pound load of plastic packaging running 33 to 39 degrees on a reefer, 406 miles booked at $1,400, got them $345 a mile. They finished off with Delhi, Louisiana, going to McDonough, Georgia. It's 43,000 pound load of frozen food running negative 10 on the reefer, 491 miles booked at $1,650 this time, got them $336 a mile. An excellent job running Thursday to Thursday, solo reefer, grossed $7,450 for the week, ran 2,335 loaded miles at an average of $319 per loaded mile. And that's it for that for this week, guys. Most important thing is you can see we still, even in today's market, even with today's diesel prices, our guys are very experienced. They know what they're doing. And then we work with lease on owner ops, we work with carriers. The bottom line is that there are lots of offers out there, but there is really no, as they say, no replacement for displacement. Well, there is really no replacement for experience. We've been doing this for a very, very long time. We have a lease on operation, a fantastic program that's low cost, and you get to work with our dispatchers. We also work with carriers who operate under their own MC authorities. You can also work with the same dispatchers, the same guys who are getting these kind of loads for these drivers. You could be getting, the same thing. And all you have to do is just simply get in touch with us. Get more information by calling or texting us at 801-448-6363. You can also go to our website at aftdispatch.com/go. You can also fill out our chat box and any one of our web pages. Takes 10 seconds. We'll get your information, get back to you, answer any and all questions that you may have. And as always, of course, guys, leave your comments in the comments section below if you have any questions, comments, anything whatsoever. But most importantly, until next week, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care, guys.